Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Wake your ass up, fool. John J. and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John J. and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to John J. and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
John J. and Rich, Tuesday, January 28th. Give us a call, 877-937-1047. Shoot us a text. Text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. Rich, how's your voice holding up so far?
It's pretty good. It's not awesome, but it's pretty good.
Oh, I was worried about you because yesterday towards the end of the show, you were really losing it. Like it was going away.
Yeah, I did everything. I took I have the drugs in me now. I got the Z-Pack, the prednisone. I did vocal rest all day yesterday. I've been sipping on throat coat. I slept with a not a humidifier. What's the other thing called?
The black man?
Air purifier?
No, not air purifier. Like the Vic stuff that you sleep with.
Oh yeah, like
Vaporizer. A vaporizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should be okay.
Oh well, it sounds like you
it's a little in, it's a little out, but we should be cool.
You sound like you hung out at a cigar bar or something.
Yeah.
All day.
I feel like I partied a lot.
Smoked a pack.
We should be okay.
Okay, because, we need you.
Yeah, I know. I got to talk about things. But I've realized that vocal rest is really hard for me. I think Payton in this room would understand more than anybody.
Oh, yeah. I can't do it. It's impossible for me.
And my wife, love her. She's so empathetic, except for when somebody's sick in the house. So she'll ask a question. She's like, "Are you going to answer me? Or are you still on vocal rest?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm not supposed to talk. You were on the FaceTime with the doctor.
I need your help in not talking to me."
So I'm texting her, and she would come out. Normally, she texts me all the time. But yesterday, for whatever reason, like when you hurt your elbow and everybody keeps bumping in your elbow? Yeah, normally she'll text me from the same room. She's in far across the house now, and I'm texting her, and she'll walk in and talk to me yesterday.
I think you're losing your voice as you tell these stories. You should just...
Okay, that's it.
Why don't you just nod?
Now you go.
Yeah. All right. Remember how I was telling you guys about the book club people?
Yeah.
Right, that I saw on the airplane, and they called in and all this stuff. So I was, my wife missed it. She didn't hear it on the air. So we were in the kitchen, and I played the podcast off my phone of that break of when the podcast of the book club people. And I'm in the break, I'm talking about the book club sweatshirt, right? Do you remember that? That's what happened. I saw these girls that were wearing sweatshirts at book club. My wife loves to read. About 20 minutes later, we're sitting on the couch watching TV. My wife shows me her phone, and she has ads for book club sweatshirts.
Oh, my gosh, that's wild.
Like, whoever said, I can't remember who said that, no, our phones aren't listening. They're full of it. There's no way that an ad for a book club sweatshirt would pop up on my wife's phone.
No way.
Unless the phones are listening to you.
They definitely are.
Right? I mean, didn't somebody say our phones are, the Apple people probably, our phones aren't listening? Rich, stop talking.
It was Jeff Bezos, I think, that said Amazon's not listening. Totally listening.
Lies, Jeff. Yeah, they're all listening. We know. We get the ads. And sometimes I think the ads are great.
Yeah.
Although I've tried, I think there was one year where I was trying to remember some shoes that my husband said he liked. And I was like,
yes,
golf shoes. I need some golf. I want to buy some golf shoes. I was saying it loudly into my phone and never got the ad. I was like, when you need it most, it's not going to come. Come on.
And it's going to pop up later today for you.
I know, yeah, no, it will.
Well, no, I'll get it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get golf shoe ad because it's listening to you. I mean, it's such a weird thing, and it made me so wanted to object to somebody, have a continued argument from a long time ago. They are listening, you liar, but I don't remember who that was. Also, yesterday, I got to tell you something funny. So I have season tickets to the Phoenix Suns, right? That I worked very hard to get because to get the seats that I have, it was a lot of red tape to get through, and I've had them for the last 2 years, and I love them. And I have that thing where I like to be invited somewhere, but I don't really want to go.
Yeah, that's
right?
your whole life.
Yeah, it's my whole life. So yesterday, when I go to the Suns game, I'm a big fan of the games when they start at 6 or at a weekend game, right? But last night the game was at 7:30. That means if it's at 7:30 at night, that means I'm not going to get home till like 11, and that's just too late. So around 1 o'clock, I was like, I don't want to go to this game. So I get a hold of my friend Danny, who sells tickets. He's a ticket broker, right? Unlimited tickets or Tickets Unlimited. I can't remember the name of his company. And I said, can you get these tickets for me? And he goes, I don't know, man. You got Waste Management Open coming, Bear Jackson coming, the Chiefs game, the Super Bowl. There's been a lot going on. It's a Monday. People are kind of like, he goes, I got 4 tickets on the floor that I haven't been able to sell yet. And I'm like, oh, man. I go, let me just try. So if he doesn't sell them by 6 o'clock, he sends them back to me. He called me at 5:55. He's on the way to the game because he has to use the tickets that he couldn't sell, right? You know what I mean? And he goes, hey, all right, I sold your tickets. And I'm like, yes. And he goes, but I didn't sell them. I sold them for under face value, right? So I'm like, so my wife's in the kitchen, right? She's making dinner for herself because we were going to go to the game and eat there with my son. And she goes, and I'm like, yes, I don't have to go to the game. Yes, I sold the tickets. And she's like, let me get this straight. You are excited that you're not going to the Suns game for the tickets that you bought, for the season tickets that you bought, and you sold them for less than face value. And you're excited you don't have to go. And I'm like, 100%.
So the hit you took on giving or selling them for under face value was worth you sitting
it.
at home.
I went to bed at 7:30 last night. Like, that's when the game started.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then at 11, I heard my wife downstairs screaming, like, yes, yes. And I was like, did she stay up and watch the game? And then I got all mad. I'm like, why did she stay up and watch the game? If she wanted to stay up and watch the game, she should have just gone with my son Dutch and taken our tickets. I wouldn't have to sell them. But she came up to bed, and I was like, why were you screaming? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you heard that. And I go, why were you screaming? I guess U of A basketball was playing last night.
Type one.
Caleb Love from like past the half court. They were down by 2, and he hit a 3-pointer from 3/4 of the way behind and made it, and they won the game with 1 second left. Isn't that crazy?
That's cool. I'm excited for U of A for next year when Bryce James gets over there. I'm pumped about that. I think that'll be really cool.
That's going to be, especially when LeBron's sitting there.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, all I got to
Right.
do is drive down to Tucson for 2 hours to go see LeBron.
Hey,
I'm there.
is your dad coming to this game?
Hey, Bryce.
Yeah. I can't wait to go. I already have tickets. I can't wait to sell them day of the game.
That's so you, John
I would
Jay.
have want tickets now and be like, oh, God, I don't want to go to the game. It's so stressful. But anyway, it was a big moment. So now I think I'm just not going to renew my tickets because it's too stressful. When you get season tickets, it's 20 games at home. That's a lot of games. You know what I mean?
It's
It's a big
lot of
commitment.
And something happened this year where a lot of games are at 8 o'clock at night. That's unreasonable.
I think it has something to do with daylight savings time right now. I think that's why the games are later.
Well, last year I don't remember. I remember like 1 or 2 8 o'clock games. There's so many coming up, and I still have tickets left, and I don't want to go, unless it's a Friday or Saturday. That's fine. But why would there be an 8 o'clock game on a Monday or Tuesday? That's unreasonable.
I feel like for everyone else that has like a normal work schedule, that's not that late. Like just for us, it is.
Anyway, just sharing a little bit. I'm grateful. Kyle, what's coming up? 3 things you need to know.
I'll tell you which really popular coffee chain is going to start offering free refills. Next with John Jay and Rich.
So high like I'm a star. So high like I'm a star.
John Jay and Rich, Kyle's got 3 things we need to know.
This is pretty cool. Starting now at participating Starbucks locations, baristas are going to ask you if you want your food and beverages to go or for here. If you want to enjoy it in store, if you choose that, you'll get your drink in a ceramic glass or mug, or a clean personal cup that you bring from home, and the option to refill some of the drinks free of charge. Another welcome update is the return of the condiment bars. They're going to be fully stocked with creamers, milk, sweeteners, so you can customize your drink to perfection. Starbucks is like, we just want to be, hospitable. We want you to want to stay for a while.
I love that. I love it when you can kind of go into a coffee shop and just feel the vibe and the ambiance of everyone else working and hustling around you. I think that's a really smart move for Starbucks because there's a lot of those boutique coffee shops popping up that are already on it.
But I wonder if that bit them in the butt when they said you can't use our bathrooms anymore unless you're a customer. Because it's
Maybe not, though. I don't feel like this has anything to do with that.
Well, the thing is, before you could just go use the bathroom, right? Now, and it was like they were trying to the vibe to move you out, like don't come in there. Now they're making it so like you can hang out and you can, make it comfortable there. I just feel there's a little backlash, in my opinion. But what do I know?
Maybe. Either way, I think it's a pretty cool thing they're doing now. This is wild. Apparently, Google Maps will change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America once it's updated in the U.S. geographic name system. I thought this was like a joke, but it's not. After President Trump ordered the name changes, Google was like, listen, we have a longstanding practice of applying name changes when they have been updated in official government sources. However, when users from outside of the United States see the locations, they'll actually see both names. Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico.
I mean, I can see how that could be confusing if you've learned that it's the Gulf of Mexico your whole life. I can understand why.
It's happened before. Like they changed,
you would see both.
Piestewa Peak wasn't called that before. I remember when they changed that name about 20 years ago. It was very difficult to. It takes time.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's still going to be people that just call it the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
It's not like we talk about the Gulf of Mexico a lot anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Hurricane season, baby.
And this we only talk about usually once a year. Peyton, we were talking about this off air yesterday when they made the announcement. So this Sunday is actually Groundhog's Day. And usually on Groundhog's Day, we look to Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog. If he comes out, sees his shadow or not, we know whether or not there's 6 more weeks of winter or if it's going to be an early spring. So PETA is saying, listen, we need to just retire Punxsutawney Phil. We don't need to be using actual groundhogs for this. Instead, they are proposing a weather reveal cake. Similar to a gender reveal cake, the weather reveal cake would be cut into. If you saw blue inside, that would mean 6 more weeks of winter. If pink was inside, that would indicate an early spring. They're like, this would probably be as accurate as Punxsutawney Phil has been over the years. Anyways, why not? I never thought they harmed Phil, though. Like, I didn't think they ever put Phil, like, in danger, per se, but maybe I'm wrong.
He should just be free, is what Peter's saying. But what they don't get is the reason they do this is because the groundhog has information. That's the thing. The groundhog knows. Like, with the cake, you're just taking a 50-50 chance.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
The groundhog is supposed to know, oh, my gosh, 6 more weeks of winter. Oh, what does he know? You know what I mean? Like, it's not...
Either way, if PETA gets their way, this Sunday we will see a weather reveal cake. If they don't, we will see Punxsutawney Phil predicting 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Let's get to Peyton's predictions. What's the vibe today, Peyton?
I'm going to tell you your zodiac sign as a 90s trend.
877-937-1047. Thomas, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm an Aries.
Okay, so for Aries, the 90s trend for you is that flame pattern shirt. It is giving main character vibes. Aries, you are the flame shirt. You're chaotic, you're loud, and you're 100% unapologetic. And you're the person yelling at the party, watch this, before doing something borderline illegal. So iconic or cringe, it really doesn't matter because you're too busy thriving in your own heat.
That sounds about right. And quit calling me a flame, Peyton.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Y'all have a good day.
You too, Thomas. Ashley, hi. What's your sign?
Pisces.
Ooh, just like Rich. Okay, my Pisces, you guys are giving lava lamp vibes. Pisces are the literal lava lamps of the zodiac. Flowy and mesmerizing and living in your dreamy world, and you're all about the aesthetic, but if you get their feelings hurt, they're not going to vibe, or you're not going to vibe with their soft glow. And also, don't shake their lamp because you guys will literally spiral.
Unfortunately true.
Totally true.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks.
Speaking of lava lamps, my son Jake has a lava lamp in his room, in his dorm room or his apartment. And when I was a kid, I always wanted one, but they were expensive and we couldn't afford it. But didn't you say, Peyton, you went through some lava lamp thing?
Yeah, I ended up on lava lamp TikTok, and I want a lava lamp so bad. It's like a bunch of these girls getting lava lamps from Goodwill, and they like refurbish them and make them all beautiful and gorgeous, and I just want one.
You mean they what is the lava?
I think it's like I don't know what it is, but you have to put in some solution that makes the lava float.
Oh.
I learned all about it. I couldn't tell you, though.
Lori, hi. What's your sign, Lori?
I'm a Virgo like you.
Yes, literally. Okay, so Virgos, you guys are giving that clear plastic backpack vibe. You guys are the clear plastic backpack of the 90s, practical and organized, but they really don't want anyone near them, but low-key needs everyone to see how put together you are. So catch them overthinking their escape plan at a party or silently judging your chaos from a distance. Socializing, absolutely not, but prepared for any situation, always.
Sounds kind of true.
Sounds not true for me.
No?
I think that must be the girl Virgo versus the guy Virgo.
Maybe, except for the socializing thing. I don't know about that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, socializing, you don't like that.
Oh, no, that part, yeah. I'm going with the clear backpack.
Okay.
I don't want
You just like making videos about Whataburger chapstick.
Whataburger chapstick.
Saying it all morning.
I couldn't stop doing that all day yesterday because Whataburger, for some reason, brought us chapstick. And I was like, oh, I tried the chapstick and it tasted delicious, by the way. I don't know if it tastes like hamburger, but it tastes like something.
You taste
Thanks for getting that stuck in my head.
Yeah, you can see it on my Instagram, John J. Van Ness. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Whataburger chapstick. Whataburger chapstick. Whataburger chapstick. It sounds like one of those exercises that vocal people do to loosen up their lips. Whataburger chapstick, because it moves your mouth in every way.
Okay.
Whataburger chap, just like Larry went to Applebee's. Larry went to Applebee's. Whataburger chapstick. Whataburger chapstick. What do you got for Libra?
Yeah, Libras, you guys are giving lip smackers lip gloss energy. Sweet, flirty, and always cute. You are the friend with that mint choco gloss who says, no, you can't borrow it. It's my fave. But they're also going to go to the store and buy you one because they love you.
Lip smackers were like my jam.
Yeah.
Except for it was the pink lemonade flavor, and I couldn't live without it.
I loved it. The watermelon was the one for me.
This actually makes me want to go buy some.
I
Like
know.
right now.
I always loved the soda flavors with like
They're
the
so
Coca-Cola
good.
and the Sprites anyway.
Solid
Yeah.
choice, Payton.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, if we didn't get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjandrich.com. A couple text messages. If you shoot us a text, you text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Here is it. Oh, remember I was talking about the Long Beach airport?
Yeah, you said it was voted the coolest airport.
Yeah, and I thought it was great. And I got a DM from somebody saying, stop talking about the Long Beach airport. It's our secret.
Oh.
'Cause, yeah. And then now this text, a 360 number, says, the Long Beach airport is not cool. They let me on the plane and through security with a full bottle of Gatorade. I wasn't even flagged. But I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. They let me through. John J. and Rich, I petition for you guys to try Hot Ones sauces on the air, please.
Oh, that'd be fun.
They have their own sauce, the TV show? Hot
I'm
Ones?
sure.
Oh,
I
they
mean,
do?
that
Wow.
would be smart of them to do.
Totally.
John J. and Rich, have you guys seen Shrinking yet? That show is comedic gold. Yeah, it's on Apple TV. We've seen it. In fact, I got oh, here, listen to this one. John J. Rich, my name is Heather. I have the best show you will ever watch. Have you guys watched Shrinking on Apple TV? Thank me later.
It is a good show.
It is. Sometimes I think we're too ahead of ourselves with TV shows because, like, we watched that when it first came out, right? In fact, season 2's already over. We already finished it.
You're just too on top of it.
I think when it comes to TV, we are. Just like we are with music. We're getting new music. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for holding. What's up?
Hey, I was calling because I had a stupid way I hurt myself doing one of those TikTok video challenges where I was boiling Jolly Ranchers to get them over the grapes. So you'd have those crunchy sugar grapes. And boiling the Jolly Ranchers, I took it out of the where I was boiling it. It spilled on my hands because I went to catch it, and it hardened like a Jolly Rancher would get hard all over my hands.
Delicious.
And skin. It burned the skin off my hands, and all because I was trying to make my kids these fancy grapes I saw on TikTok. But I literally had to have my hands wrapped for like 2 months because
Oh
the
my
burn was
gosh.
so
Wouldn't that be cool if you could lick your hand as a lollipop and where you went, you're just like, like,
Yeah, no, yeah. It was really, really, really brutal. Probably the worst pain I've ever felt on the floor. Like, I couldn't even cry. It hurt so bad. It was terrible. So that's what you get for doing TikTok challenges. An adult, 33 years old, I guess.
yeah. Well, thank you for calling. That's a great story.
Yeah,
Have
I
a
love
great
you
day.
guys.
Love
You're
you
the
too.
best. You too. Bye.
Rich, what do you got for life hacks this morning?
The most important hack when it comes to buying a used car.
I would think you would do a life hack on how to save your voice, how to cure, what do you have? Ventriloquism?
Pharyngitis.
Yeah, laryngitis, not ventriloquism. Different. All right, Stacks and Hacks coming up next with John J. and Rich.
Want to talk or throw some shade?
Oh, yeah. Call John Jay and Rich, 877-937-1047.
John J. and Rich, time for Stacks and Hacks. I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks, and Rich's voice is kind of going, and is hanging in there. He's full of meds. So hang tight, Rich. Don't speak unless you have to. A poll found the healthcare worker is the sexiest job of 2025. The rest of the top jobs education, emergency response, law, and business. Sexy jobs. Buffalo chicken dip, hot dogs, baked potatoes, fried green tomatoes, and some soup called Nofella soup are the most popular Super Bowl foods. Never heard of Nofella soup.
Me either. What is that?
Shh, your voice. Did a whale fart almost kick off World War III? The British Navy thought their sensors recently heard underwater Russian drones dropping devices to track the UK's nuclear subs, but now they think the sounds they heard were a gassy whale.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine that?
How
terrible.
embarrassing.
I know. I was trying to figure out, what would that sound like? What did they hear? Do you know what I'm saying? What did they hear? Well, 28-year-old man in Connecticut was arrested yesterday morning after cops spotted him speeding more than 130 miles per hour. He was drunk, told the cops he was rushing home to see his cat. 61% of Gen Zers cannot make an omelet. Can you make an omelet?
No. I wouldn't even try. I can't even make a hard-boiled egg. Never done it.
Really?
I'm sure
That's
it would be
shocking.
easy, but I would definitely mess it up somehow, some way.
The rumors were true. Wendy's is partnering with Girl Scouts for an official Thin Mints Frosty.
Yum. That's gonna be
91% of single men and 94% of single women say dating is tough. Hold on. Oh my God, I get all this stuff. A couple in Altadena, California, named Brian McShay and Stephanie Rayner lost their house in the Eaton fire this month. But they're in the news today thanks to one thing that survived it. One thing. This is what happened. The guy lost his wedding ring. He was going to propose to his girlfriend and left it under the desk, but the house burned down.
I was thinking, well, maybe the stone should survive and maybe we'll find a little stone. I was like, we're going to look over here where my desk is. I did not tell her why. We're digging around where my desk is, where you can see that desk frame. And then you pick it up, and you pick up the thing, and there's a little diamond. And I was on my knees, and I was like, hey, will you marry me? and I'm in complete PPE, zipped up with the white hood and everything.
I'm crying.
Yeah, she's crying. We're really hoping that Los Angeles can support Altadena in its rebuild efforts for the next couple of years and that we're able to return.
I just love the fact that, like, they got the ring and he just got down on one knee immediately.
Right.
Like,
So
like,
sweet.
that's awesome. Yeah.
A recent study found that even 1-minute bursts of activity can get your heart rate up enough to help you live longer. Here are 8 everyday things we don't think of as exercise, but they count as exercise. Just getting up and down is one of them. The main goal is that you don't sit on your butt all day. Sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming. Doing laundry, lifting and folding, get your muscles going. General cleaning, picking stuff up around the house. Running to catch a train or a bus. Carrying your shopping bags in. Or even better, they say walking to the store. Gardening or any activity that's physical. And the number one thing they say that counts as exercise that we should do more often is taking the stairs. I try to do that as much as I can. A study found that these certain T-shirts, concert T-shirts, are the number one selling. Which are the best, most valuable concert T-shirts? Earth, Wind, and Fire is $235. That's
Whoa.
what they go for. Red Hot Chili Peppers, $241. Band tees found that this band is the highest resale value. What do you think it is?
Nirvana.
Yep.
Good job, Rich.
That's what I see around the most.
Yeah, thanks to Urban Outfitters.
So I guess we did a lot of streaming in 2024. Guess what was the number one most streamed show in 2024?
Stream show, Squid Game 2. Squid Game 1.
Number
Squid
6
Game 1.
was Young Sheldon. Number 5 is NCIS.
Whoa.
Number 4 is Bob Burgers. Number 3 is Family Guy.
Okay.
Number 2 is Grey's Anatomy. And number 1 stream show with 55.6 billion minutes of streaming, Bluey.
Okay, so these are like people's comfort shows that they're just putting on and go to sleep, probably.
Must be.
Yeah.
But Bluey, I mean, kids,
I didn't know Bluey was a girl that had my jaw to the floor. I had no idea. I also don't have kids and don't watch Bluey. So when I saw
it's a good show.
Bluey,
That's understandable.
I was like, "You're a girl."
It's such a cute show.
Yeah.
We've watched every episode probably 20 times.
A website called Mental Floss put together a list of the movies that define Gen Z. And Peyton, you are a Gen Z. What do you think?
Yeah.
Just throw out a couple movies.
I would say the Hannah Montana movie.
Nope.
I would say Mean Girls.
Nope.
Which are Clueless, cult classics.
Nope.
Kind of vibes.
Clueless is there, number 7.
Yeah. Freaky Friday.
Nope.
What?
Dune is number 15. The Truman Show is 13. Get Out is 12. Hunger Games is 11.
Twilight.
Nope. Moonlight is number 5. What? Shrek is number 4. Call Me By Your Name is number 3. The Hate You Give is number 2. And the number 1 movie that defines Gen Z is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh,
Are
wow.
you kidding me?
Nope. That's what they say. Rich, what do you got for life hacks with your little cracked up voice?
All right, so let's say you're going out to buy a used car. This is the most important thing to look for in your used car. Right when you start it up, you'll see a check engine light, right? Everybody sees that on their car all the time. Well, a lot of used car places are kind of shifty, and they will discontinue or disconnect that light so that when you turn on the engine, it looks like there's no engine problems because there's no check engine light. But it should go on your car and then go off. So it never comes on. That means it probably needs engine work, and they're trying to sell you the car as is so you don't check the engine. So make sure you check that. And if you didn't understand that because I've got a squeaky voice, go read about it on johnjandrich.com.
It's the John Jay and Rich radio program. 2 names, 4 hosts,
and a whole lot of fun.
It's John Jay and Rich.
It's John Jay and Rich. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. The text line, you can text us right now. You text JJR. You have to text JJR. And then the number 96893. And, of course, whatever you want to say. So, JJR, whatever you want to say to us, and then the number 96893. So, Peyton, let's get into this movie that your family's in.
Yeah, so I was telling you guys yesterday that my cousin Shannon's husband, Jack Houston, had just produced, wrote, and directed a movie called Day of the Fight. And it came out, I think it, was released originally a year ago, but it finally hit U.S. theaters select around the nation this past weekend. So yesterday, my mom really wanted to go see the movie, so me, her, and my dad decided to go. Now, the movie theater that we were going to was in the West Valley, probably about 35 minutes away from my house. And it was a 7:45 p.m. showing. I didn't know that until I got in the car. I was like, are we serious right now? I have to be up in 5 hours, but okay, let's do this. So we go to the movies, and it was nice. It was we had our own private screening. There was no one in there. So we're watching the movie, and I'm actually enjoying this movie. I'm getting choked up, teary-eyed throughout the movie. It's really cool to see my cousins on the screen and things like that. And it's a fight movie, right? So towards the end of the movie, it starts getting into the big arena fight at Madison Square Garden. And I'm looking at my mom, and she's wincing at all of the punches that are being thrown. And I'm like, have you never seen Creed? These punches are nothing compared to what we've seen before. And she was like, I don't want to ruin it in case somebody goes to watch the movie. But she was like, I think I'm reacting that way because this is what happens. And she completely spoiled the movie for me. So I'm sitting here in this movie theater, 35 minutes away from home at a 7:45 p.m. showing. It's probably 9:15 at this point. I just sat through this whole 2-hour movie just for my mom to ruin it for me. I was so mad. I seriously looked at her. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Because I know her. She went online, she looked up the movie beforehand, and she read what the movie was about, and she kept it to herself until 10 minutes before the movie ended.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible that she did that. I just thought maybe she saw it before or somebody told her about it. She Googled the ending.
She swears up and down that she didn't, but I know my mom. You know what I mean? I know what she did. I know she Googled it. I know she went through the little Wikipedia page, and I know she saw the ending, and I know she ruined it for me. And then I had my dad over there trying to defend his girl. I'm like, you two stop trying to tag team right here. She ruined it, and you're just as guilty for trying to defend her right now. So I was pretty fired up last night. But
877-937-1047. Who ruined what for you? It is such a bummer. I remember one time in here. Do you guys remember I was very involved in Dexter, but I was way behind the times. And I think I was cutting a bunch of stuff. Because, our show's on a bunch of different cities, and I was cutting stuff for all the different cities. I think Grant slid in there the cliffhanger to season 4.
You did?
You remember? It was, what was
that's
it?
like season 4 is the biggest.
Because I was just reading. I'm just reading stuff, page after page. It was what was the girl that died?
Rest in peace, Rita, man.
Rita.
Oh, Rita.
And it was like I'm reading like, hey, coming up tomorrow morning, we're giving away this, and this. Hey, coming up tomorrow morning in this city, we're giving away this and this. Hey, I guess coming up tomorrow morning, Rita, the what was the killer called? The Trinity killer kills Rita in the bathtub. I'm like, what? Oh my God! Which is the biggest out of the whole 8 seasons of Dexter. That is the biggest, most impactful. You ruined it.
We should also say spoiler alert to anybody watching Dexter currently.
Yeah, but that came out 2008.
I know, it's fine.
I know, but
So
you're
it's
right.
dead, guys.
You're right.
And
Very
honestly
sad
though,
moment.
like it's the worst when somebody ruins like a movie for you. But like the added element of that, I was 35 minutes away from home at a 7:45 p.m. showing made it that much worse.
for sure.
Like I was like, I just wasted my time.
Yep. That's like when Easton ruined Scott's birthday present and just told him what it was before we gave it to him.
Exactly.
Hey.
Why did you do that?
Sometimes Rich and I will talk about shows, and if I've seen it before, I'll go, "Do you want me to ruin it for you?" He'll be like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, it's fine. I'll still watch it, but I want you to ruin it for me.
Yeah. If it's a show that I'm not too into, I'm okay. Tell me about it. And then I'm like, all right. But most of the time, I don't want to know the ending. I like discovering it. You know what I mean? Like, I was watching The Night Agent last night, and when you watch the credits, it's written by somebody named Sean Ryan, I think is the name. And I think Sean Ryan, is a podcaster.
Yeah, he's a big time.
But it's not the same guy.
Oh, okay.
So when I Googled Sean Ryan, Night Agent, to see, I go, is this the podcaster? Because then he has inside information that I believe a little bit more. And then it said, Night Agent Season 2, ending explained. I'm like, nope, I don't want to click on it. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to know
How far are you in that show?
I got to be almost done. I think I'm on episode 7 or something. Did you finish
Wow.
it?
No, I didn't. I think I'm on episode 4, 5 maybe.
Do you like it? Did you see the cheesiness?
I do like it, but it is like, I really think that, like, Jenna had a good point. It's like Rose. Rose makes it cheesy for me. I feel like without that character, without that plot line, it might be, like, less cheesy, but at the same time, I don't mind the cheesiness.
Just because there's nothing else on right now?
Yeah.
So the problem I have, not only, there's all kinds of hate groups for Rose, by the way.
Oh, really?
I found that when I was looking to see who the
Poor
Sean
Rose.
Ryan was. Yeah, because she's annoying, and she also flip-flop on everything. You know, she's like, I'm going to go home. No, I'm going to stay here.
I know. I'm just going to go to California. I don't want to go to California.
Bothers me is it's a 9-month period since they last saw each other, and the guy disappeared, right? And now somehow he's able to be this ex-CIA agent's son's basketball coach that they meet at the park. Just somehow that happened. Like, they just expect you to go, oh, yeah, you targeted a guy and you're able to coach his son at the park. Like, there's just something that there's so many little things that I don't get, that I don't believe are real. You know what I mean?
You should look up the ending. See if it makes sense.
I'm almost done with it.
You should ruin it for yourself.
It's still like an entertaining show, but yeah, like it's not Mission Impossible status. It's kind of like a little below that with the believability.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Mission Impossible isn't really that believable sometimes when you really break it down, but
sure is.
They pull it off.
Does Kyle or Payton know what you did to ruin the end of Survivor for your sister when you guys were all?
It was
in that
American
show?
Idol.
Oh, it was American Idol. I was thinking it was Survivor.
I used to get the East Coast feeds. Now I don't think it matters now because of social
internet's
media
ruined it
now.
all.
But before you could get on Twitter or whatever to find anything, I would watch American Idol 3 hours before she did. And I used to tell her who was the winner.
That's so messed up.
And she would get now she got to the point where she wouldn't answer her phone when I called her. She wouldn't do anything. So it got to the point, I think it was the year Jordan Sparks won. I had a pizza delivered to her house. And when she opened the pizza, it said Jordan Sparks is the winner. And
That's evil.
I know.
Like, you're such an annoying little
It's
boy.
so good, though. It's so good.
Yeah. So I jumped through hoops for that, and it was worth it to me. By the way, when you watch Night Agent, I was hiking with a buddy of mine yesterday, and he was one episode ahead of me, and he's like, I had to turn it off. I'm like, why? He goes, it's so stressful. I'm like, stressful? What are you talking about? And then I got to the episode he's talking about, and it is pretty stressful for a show that's kind of mid. How far are you?
Episode 5 or 4, I think.
Oh, okay. Are you have you got to where they tried to extract the brother yet?
No.
Okay, that's episode 6. That part is stressful. Yeah. Anyway, I have to finish the show because Thursday the Recruit comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to watch that show. I just want to get this other show out of the way. Anyway, let's get ready for Second Date Update. We're going to talk to Lyle. Lyle, so what exactly is going on in your world? How can we help you?
Oh, man, I really hit it off with this girl at this dinner that we had, but I think I might have talked too much about my ex. So, I don't know.
Okay. We'll call her, and we're going to find out why she's blowing you off, if that's the case or not. Now, yesterday at this time, we were talking to Teresa. She called in, and she said she hates this part because I think we're going to go right into it. But no, Lyle, you stick around. We're going to play a song, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to begin to hear your story and do Second Date Update. Fair? Fair. All right. Second Date Update starts next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Aren't you something to admire? 'Cause it's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me, staring back at me.
It was supposed to be the start of a beautiful relationship, but somebody screwed it all up. Second Date Update right now with John, Jay, and Rich.
It's John, Jay, and Rich. It's time for Second Date Update. Good morning, Lyle.
Good morning, guys.
What's your story, man?
Oh, my God. I went out with this girl, Brittany, and it was amazing. I want to settle down. I don't even know. You know that kind of amazing you feel when you're just like, oh, God, I got to get my life together because it's not going to get better than this.
Oh, wow.
Like, we clicked on every level, and I was already picturing us making plans. It was such a good conversation, you know, but then I didn't hear anything from her. She just completely ghosted me. So I'm just going through the night in my head, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong? Did I overshare? Did I overshare about my ex? I mean, I thought I was being honest. I thought I was being myself, but maybe it came off that like I wasn't over her or something, or maybe it's because maybe the food I ordered, because I got a well done steak. Gave me a weird look. I don't know. I don't have any idea, but it's driving me so nuts, and I really want to figure it out, so I'm calling you guys.
Was there intimacy, like sexual contact? Was there nudity at the end of this date?
No.
John Jay likes to ask the important question.
Well, I like to think if there was, then there's a little bit. How about first date? People don't do that on the first date. Well, how did you meet her?
We were talking for a few weeks. I just got into her DMs because I saw her on Instagram, and she was just like super hot, and like I just thought she was interesting. So
when you brought up your ex, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you brought up your ex, like what did you say to her? Were you like, oh my gosh, my ex this, and we used to do this all the time? Like, what was that conversation like?
No, it was more like, like, okay, well, what's your longest relationship? And I was like, oh, that was with, the last girl I dated. And it was like, she's like, well, how did you guys break up? It's just, well, we grew apart, and it hurt. And I was dealing with that, but it's been a few months,
I don't like it. I think you shared too much. You should have backed off.
I just almost wonder, because like when you were describing the date to us, you were like, I want to settle down. If you said anything like that on a first date, that could really scare someone off. Like maybe you were just
I didn't
too
say
intense.
That. I didn't say that.
Okay, I was like, oh, wow, he's coming in strong.
Right, and even if it's a subconscious thing in your head, right? You're on this date with this girl, and you're like, oh, I think she could be the one. And then you just start doing the most, right?
Yeah.
You stop being this chill guy to this guy who's like, all right, I don't know, maybe I need to take a couple steps backwards, so...
Well, let's call her, Lyle, and find out why she's blowing you off. How has she been blowing you off? Like just not responding to text messages?
I might have called her once or twice, but also not responding to text messages.
Okay, so when was the last time you actually had response from her on anything?
The last time she responded to me was like, have a good night.
Okay, and that was weeks ago?
That's the last response I
Weeks?
got. No, it was last week.
It would be funny. It was 5 years ago.
That would be creepy.
Let it go.
What's her name, Lyle?
Brittany.
Okay, Lyle Menendez, we're going to call Britney Spears and see why she's not calling you back.
Maybe
all right?
that's why she's ghosting him.
Get over it. Cannot associate.
Second Date Update continues next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Must have on the beat, hope, then step this way, step that way.
It's John, Jay, and Rich. We're in the middle of Second Date Update. You got Lyle here who slid into Britney's DMs. After a couple of weeks, months, whatever, of talking on DM, they decided to go out to dinner. He says, how did he phrase it? That everything was fantastic. That he was even, oh my God, this is the one. I'm going to make plans.
Settle down.
Yeah, I'm going to make plans. Am I right, Lyle?
Honestly, I might want to quit drinking is how I felt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, maybe you're a big drinker at the table, and she's like this lush.
That could have been a
Truth is
trigger. She
coming
maybe
out.
has had experience with someone who was an alcoholic, maybe.
She gives us lots of red flag hints. You
Yeah.
get those? Like, not totally, but lots of hints.
Yeah, I
Like your
guess we're
voice.
going to find out.
Something's up with your voice. Is it you losing it?
I think I might be, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez.
Oh, my God.
It
Yeah,
happened.
literally
But
just
all of a
happened.
sudden, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Go get
Do you
some
think you're
throat
dying?
Some throat
lozenges.
coat
More tea.
tea.
More
Do
tea.
you
More
think you're
tea.
dying right now?
No, I think I'm
George.
okay.
Are you sure?
I think I'm thriving.
You don't look healthy.
Yes, he does.
All right.
Okay, let's call Brittany.
Yeah, let's call her. Not now, Brittany. My friend's dying.
Hello,
Hey, is Brittany available?
this is Brittany.
Hey, my name's Payton. I'm with John, Jay, and Rich, and we just wanted to talk to you on the radio really quickly this morning if you have time.
Okay, sure.
We got a call from a guy, really nice guy, who said a lot of great things about you. Would you like to hear more about this conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He slid into your DMs. You guys went out to dinner. He said great things about your dinner. But now he says that you're not returning his messages, and he's kind of been banging his head against the wall, and he came to us to help him get answers. So after talking to him, the four of us here in the studio were like, maybe we could just call her and get the information. So we're calling you about Lyle.
Yeah. I mean, okay, like, you know, I've been thinking about him, but honestly, like, I don't know. I felt like the whole night was a little off. Like, I don't know.
Well, can you give us details?
Well, I mean, okay, so the dinner was good, and I was, like, getting to know him, and I was actually, honestly, even, like, kind of into him. But, you know, he said he's not really, like, a party guy, and I'm not into party guys either. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but then, like, you know, the dinner was going good, so I was like, you know, you want to go get, like, a drink? And so we went to this club, and the bouncer was like, what's up, man? And, like, acted like, you know, he really, like, knew him, and I just felt like, okay, so if he's, like, not a party dude, then what is this, like, you know, it just felt like he, like, owned the club, like, the whole time, and I just felt like, you know, there's, like, a red flag. Like, he, you know, said one thing, and then now it's like, is he a party dude? Like, why do you lie, you know?
Could he not know the bouncer from the neighborhood?
Wait. Brittany, you ghosted me because a bouncer said hi to me at a bar?
Yeah, I mean, like, he acted literally like you've been there, like, every day of the night. Or every day of the week.
I don't go out, Brittany. That's just my boy from college.
That's what I figured.
And he works there. So how does him
like...
saying hi to me mean that I'm out every night?
Like if he went to the bar and the bartender goes, the usual?
Yeah.
Then you'd be like,
Right.
whoa, dude, you said you don't go out.
But I could also see how, like, she could jump to that conclusion. Like,
Yes.
it's not that far off for
Right.
her to think, like, oh, the bouncer knows. Like, why would the bouncer know him?
Also,
And
why would you go, why would you say to the bouncer, hey, what's up, Lyle? What's up? Hey, it's my buddy from college.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's easy to go,
Right.
oh, well, he just knows the bouncer. Like,
Right.
because you would think if he was a friend from college, you'd be like, that's my buddy from college. It's so great.
Because at the same time, I remember I would go to this one club all the time, and eventually you go there enough with the bouncer let you in.
That's the
'cause
thing.
you know,
We always used to
right.
get to know the bouncers because then you could get in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
look,
didn't say any of that.
Honestly, I was just, it caught me off guard because I didn't realize he was going to be working. And I just wanted to get in, and I was focused on you, and I wasn't trying to, you know, it's a first date, so I didn't want to make introductions. And it was just, I don't know, I was just a little bit caught off guard, you know? I mean, I went to his birthday party there once, you know, and I caught up with him for like 5 minutes, but it's not like we're hanging out all the time. I'm not there every night.
You know what, too?
It just caught me off guard.
If you're
It
concerned-
just caught me off guard.
If you're concerned is that he's a huge party animal or whatever, and he's a player, I would vibe that he's not, because he doesn't sound like that to me, not to mention he's coming to us to find out why. Like, if he was a player and at the clubs all the time, he'd be like, oh, lost another one.
Right,
Let's go back
Where's
tomorrow.
the next one? Yeah, right.
Like
you have to jump through hoops.
Like, there's clearly something there in his point of view, and you thought so, too, until the bouncer. That's why I don't talk to bouncers.
That's why you don't talk to anyone. It just causes problems.
Well, I mean, I do like you, Lyle. I just, it just caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I feel like you could try again, maybe go out one more time and see if the vibes are still good.
Yeah,
Don't
he
go to
really
the
liked
clubs.
you.
Yeah,
He
do
thought you
something
were awesome.
other than going out and drinking.
Right.
And yeah, do you not want me to say hi to people if they say hi to me? Should I just run away? Or
Okay, don't do that, Lyle.
Never mind, Brittany,
We were
don't go
on
out
your
with him.
side. And then
No, I like you too. I'm sorry. It was just a weird moment thing, and I didn't know you.
Yeah,
were
I mean, I just have trust issues, and I thought it was a red flag. That's really what it was, and I just, that's why I just was like, nah. I'm sorry for ghosting you, but that's what it was.
Are you guys going to go out again?
I mean, I'm open.
Yay. That's good.
All right, Lyle, she said yes. Do you want to ask her out?
Brittany, you want to come out with me and let's do this again?
Let's do a skin.
Do this again.
Do this again.
Do this
Let's do a skin.
Again.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
The right way.
He wants to take you to Skin, the new snack club.
I feel like at this point we're unnecessary.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
want
I agree.
You guys take this and run with it. We'll just step away slowly.
But Brittany, do you want to say yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
okay.
So you're going to go out again. All right. A successful second date update. Very nice. Thank you both for going on the air with us.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Hold on the line. It's John, Jane, Rich, second date update.
I know I have good judgment.
It's John, Jane, Rich. We're getting ready to play a game. Morgan Wallen coming to State Farm on July 18th with Miranda Lambert. We got your tickets every single day this week. We're going to play a game, so we do need a contestant. So call us right now at 877-937-1047. We're going to play 4-second rule. Is that what we're playing? Grant, you're the host? Oh, at 8:30. Oh, what game are we playing now? Oh, we're doing the Morgan Wallen giveaway. Okay. But I need you here for a second. Can you come up here? So my son Jake turns 22 on Wednesday. And when I was asking what he wanted for his birthday a couple weeks ago, he goes, I'm looking for cologne. Because I need a good cologne. He goes, and I can't find one. I don't know what's a good cologne, Dad. And he goes, what do you wear? I said, I don't ever really wear cologne. But Grant comes in here sometimes. He smells really good. And then last week you said, remember what you said?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What'd you say?
Yeah, at Sephora, they have these little gift boxes or bags. It's like an overnight bag, and they give you 12 colognes, 12 samples. I think they're 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces. They're the little guys. And then you get a card inside where if after you try out everything, you get to check a box and take it back to Sephora, and they give you a full-size bottle of whatever cologne you like.
That's huge.
And it's awesome. And I'm like, I'm wearing cologne I have no business wearing. Gucci. Can't think of any others.
Other Gucci.
Yeah, other Gucci style.
Versace.
Yeah, like Margiela, Jazz Club, dude. I'm a jazzer now. I think that's the one I like the most. But there's what's the Roma by Roma? Yeah. Anyway, there's some awesome tomato.
So I told my wife this. I was like, this is exactly what we need to get Jake. She goes, I'll go to Sephora tomorrow. So she went yesterday. And she goes, guess what? That was just for the holidays.
No kidding.
I know. It sounded like the
Perfect thing.
perfect gift. So the girl behind the counter was helping my wife and pretty much said it was whatever. It was done. It was a holiday thing. So my wife goes, well, let me just find some cologne. So the girl was telling her, showing all this stuff, and the girl goes, this cologne is really big on TikTok. So she got it. My wife got it. I don't know what cologne it was or anything. But then, get this. This is what my wife told me. Now, I don't know if it's true, but I would assume it's true because my wife just told me yesterday, and she heard it from the lady who works at Sephora. She said, you can try the cologne, and you can use 25% of the cologne. And if you don't like it, you could bring it back.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah, because sometimes, you think, because sometimes there's, a million different scents in the store, and so you feel like you know what it smells like, and then you get home and you're like, oh, this didn't smell like this in the store.
Yeah. Or,
So that's good to know.
you wear it around for a little bit, and, I feel like, at least with perfume, it changes throughout the day, And so, yeah, if you don't like the way that it smells after wearing it for 5 hours.
But the fact that you can give it back to me, 25%, like, first of all, are they going to measure it? That's 24%. That's 30%. You get, and then that it's used. What do they do with it after that? You know, I think that's such great service.
They put in the samples for the holidays.
But it's just a great service thing. It's kind of like when you go to the tire place, they air your tires for free.
You know,
like I love that service stuff.
You know, you might be able to find them online because the voucher doesn't have an expiration date. You know, so if you go, I mean, if you might be able to find the Sephora packets
what was
somewhere.
it called exactly? Sephora
cologne packet. Yeah.
All right,
Anyway.
It was such a great gift. That, and then I got to go find, like, he also collects Pokemon cards, so I got to go find.
Go to
Pokemon.
McDonald's. Order a couple Happy Meals.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, we're going to play a game. Nick is the host. Jen, good morning.
Good morning.
You're playing for Morgan Wallen tickets. Please tell me you're a Morgan Wallen fan.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Okay, now, I have to preface this by letting everybody know that these games come from Nick's mind.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes
Dangerous place to live, guys.
Yeah. Like, after we play the game, remind me, we'll tell you what tomorrow's game's going to be, because I like tomorrow's game. Okay, so what's the game we're going to play today, Nick?
Guys, Morgan Wallen transcends country music, right?
Yeah.
And I like to theme my games. We're going to call this one Country Hoedown Karaoke. All right? I pulled some classic country music. I'm going to play a clip. When the clip stops, you have to finish said clip. And I'm judging mostly on performance.
Okay.
It's a karaoke-based
All right,
game. So
okay.
even if you don't know the words, that's fine. I just need to hear the passion. All right? So we're going to start with John Jay.
Shania Twain. Man, I feel like a woman. Oh, so you say you're Brad Pitt? I don't think so. Think it's his hand in a...
Man, that was so good.
Man,
Let's
I feel
hear
like a
what
woman.
Shania
It was
sounds
really
like.
good.
Man, I feel like a woman.
25 points for John Jay. Yeah! 25. Good job, John Jay. I enjoy the passion in that lyrical performance. Rich!
Maybe next time we'll think before we cheat.
On vocal rest, ladies and gentlemen.
Blown away.
Listen to him go.
We don't rip off the people.
Rich. Plays hurt. Man. All right, 25 points for John Jay. Rich, it was right there as well. I'm going to give you 25 as well. We're going to move on to Payton now.
Yeehaw, yeehaw, I'm putting on my boots to go ride a horse down the trail. Oh, yeehaw, I'm riding down the trail with my horse.
Okay.
Oh, my
I mean, that was
cowboy.
something.
Yes.
What did it actually sound like, Rich?
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine.
I like my version better.
Anybody know what it is?
I Walk the Line, Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Academy
so-
Award-winning movie
Way
with
to
Joaquin
go.
Phoenix.
I like my version
Reese
better.
Witherspoon.
Sorry,
Payton,
Johnny.
10 points.
That is a great song.
And
Probably
we're
the
going to add
best.
another 5 to John Jay because he knew the name. It's good job. Way to go. All
Game's
right.
rigged.
So this is great. We're all having a good time. And we're going to go to, everybody is. Kyle.
So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, it felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice.
Here it comes.
Around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Actual goosebumps. Actual goosebumps. You can see it right here.
Had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be.
Winner, don't even go to Jen. Give Kyle the tickets.
She did get 160 points.
Wow.
So way to go, Kyle. Jen, you got a lot to live up to here.
Okay, I'm ready. I had some help. It ain't like I could make this all by myself.
Okay. I mean, you did repeat exactly what was said. Go ahead,
I
Rich.
know, I'm sorry.
appreciate the effort. It seems like the pressure got to you a little bit. So you'll get 10. Yeah, good job.
tied,
You're currently
Jen. It's
down
good.
a little bit, but it's okay because there's another whole round
got
for you.
this.
We'll start this round with John Jay.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. I just don't think you'd understand.
But just tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I found a Santa that I was a man.
So typical, nope, topical, this Billy Ray Cyrus. What does it actually sound like, Rich?
And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man.
You were close, John Jay. 15 this round. Way to go, giving you a grand total of, let's see here, 45, it looks like. Good job. Rich?
It's a hold down, throw down.
Wow. Billy's daughter.
Should have given that one to Payton.
Man, that was great. So good. All right. I mean, just the fact that Rich knew it was 40 points worth. Peyton's going to get 40 as well for that performance. You can get negative points too, though, Peyton, so get ready for this one.
But I think she's leaving.
This is country? This is Belly in his country vibe. All in my head. I'm thinking about it over and over again. I'm thinking about it over and over again.
Rich?
I think about it over and over again.
That was good.
I like this song.
Hurts so bad.
Song was everywhere for a super long time. Way to go, Peyton.
Yay!
World record 100 points. Way to go. I'm so
One of
happy
your
for you.
games?
We're moving on now, Peyton. Don't celebrate. Okay, Kyle.
Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Dale's got a history.
My whiskey. I'm a hamming in a double shot of whiskey. That's good. Other words,
It
but I
feels
like
pretty
singing along.
close. Let's see.
There's a party downtown near 50. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
I mean, you were on.
It's just passion.
Just not a single
no
word
correct
right.
lyrics.
Way to go, Kyle. 37 for this round. Jen, there's all kinds of pressure because if you don't get this, I'm just going to go to Morgan Wallen by myself.
Oh my
And
God.
I wouldn't trade your kind of love for nothing else. Oh, baby.
Last night we made the liquor talk.
Last night we let the liquor talk.
All right, Jen, you win. You get the tickets to Morgan Wallen.
Thank you. That was stressful.
All right, hold on. Congratulations. All right, so tomorrow's game is going to be an all-morning game. Okay, Nick, what's it called?
It's called Call In for Wallen.
Call in for Wallen. But the theme is Confession Wednesday. So tomorrow, you call us with a confession. We'll take your calls all morning long, and by the end of the show, we'll pick a winner. So you got to call in for Wallen. Okay? Now we're going to get some entertainment news. The Blake Lively stuff's coming up. Rihanna stuff. A trill has been set for Blake Lively. A trill.
A trill.
We'll get to that coming up next. John, Jay, and Rich.
Don't drunk dial your ex. Drunk dial us. Call our John Jay and Rich drunk dial line 602-888-1933.
What's the latest with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, Kyle?
Just never ending, isn't it? So the latest is Justin Baldoni released a 7-minute voice memo that he sent to Blake Lively shortly after the infamous meeting between Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift that is mentioned in the lawsuit, right? Where he felt like he was being pressured, and then she wrote that text message about how she's the Khaleesi and they're her dragons, and they'll basically help her make anybody do what she wants them to do, right? But apparently after that, he had felt the need to call or send a voice memo to Blake Lively and apologize to her. Now, keep in mind, the voice memo was 7 minutes long. What you're about to hear is a super small fraction of that, but should give you an idea of kind of the theme of the message.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend. and I should have given it more time. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that because it's really good, and it's going to make the movie sing like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible.
And then he goes on.
I think they liked each other. I'm totally into that conspiracy theory that they fell for each other and now this is just the damage of the aftermath.
It's a little inappropriate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That voice message totally sounds like something my boyfriend would send me.
Like I said, keep in mind that was only a small fraction of it.
It's
a lot
too
of it was
familiar.
him explaining how when he does something wrong, he wants to apologize, and he felt like he jumped on the script not liking it too soon, and how he did like it, and how when he's wrong he will apologize. I mean, like literally 7 minutes long. I think like the inappropriate thing is he sent this 7-minute long voice memo at 2 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's weird.
How did his wife feel about him sending messages to Blake
I would
Lively
not
at 2
like
in the
that
morning?
at all.
Up until this voice memo, I think I've really been Team Justin on this whole thing. And after this, I'm like, why would he release this? Like I feel
Well,
that
also-
you are showing a little bit of inappropriateness here.
When he says, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, like that means that she clearly said, hey, whatever's happening right here, I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, this seems to me that there's
and that was referencing how he was like saying he didn't like her rewrites to the script.
Oh, so it wasn't about what she's saying now about the way he was touching her and stuff that we all seen the video footage of.
That's what it seemed like he was insinuating, because he kept mentioning like the script is great. I really did. I jumped on that too soon. So it seemed, but like to me overall, like to send that at 2 a.m. is like a little.
Well, maybe in his
know.
defense, maybe he was like tossing and turning, going, I got to set this straight.
Yeah, or drinking.
You send that in the morning.
So just
I know, but maybe it's like
record it
honest.
at night and then hit send in the morning. I
Right.
guess you could do that. Either way, an actual trial has been set for this lawsuit. I mean, he did sue her. He is asking for $40 million in damages, and that will happen in March of next year. So I'm like, oh man, are we going to we're going to see the back and forth for like a whole year and a few months.
Yeah.
Because it's not till March of 2026.
How about Selena Gomez?
Selena Gomez, she was online, and I'm sure by now you guys have seen the video. She's crying basically about the immigration deportation. She tearfully apologized, saying she wished she could do something. She actually did delete the clip after a wave of, she got trolled by a bunch of people, she said, and then just posted, apparently it's not okay to show empathy for people.
That's it? Oh, you don't have a clip of her?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you had a clip of her.
We were having trouble loading clips.
Oh,
so there's
really?
Not a lot of clips.
Wait a minute. Technical difficulties?
No,
What?
Never.
Technical difficulties. Oh.
No, I thought we had a clip. Yes.
I feel that someone told her to take it down. That I don't think she took it down on her own, like her people or something like that. Because
it is weird.
She might have, and she definitely got emotional and was showing, vulnerability. What we do have a clip of, I thought was quite fascinating, was Reese Witherspoon. She shared a pretty funny story. She said it was a couple years actually after Legally Blonde, but she was called for jury duty, and she's like, I thought for sure there's no way they're going to actually pick me to join the jury. And they did. And it was a dog bite case that took about 2 weeks. And she said at the end of the whole trial and deliberations and all that, it's like her and the jury, they have to figure out what's going on. And this happened.
And so at the very end, they say, okay, well, somebody in this group has to be the foreman. And they all unanimously are like, her. Me! Yeah. And I was like, why did you pick me? And they were like, you went to law school. Y'all, this is really upsetting. I definitely did not go to law school.
I don't believe
She
that
was
story.
so convincing in her role.
Okay. Okay, Reese Witherspoon with your bend and snap. Sure. Sure.
I don't know how you found us.
But I'm so thankful that you did. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jade, Rich. Hi, Summer.
Hi.
What's up?
So I heard you guys did like medical stories, like weird medical stories, and I thought I'd tell you one of mine. A couple of years ago, I was just running out into the parking lot into my friend's truck, and I happened to fracture my foot into a pothole. It was so wild. But I went to the hospital, and they examined my foot, and they had actually told me that I had a sewing needle stuck in my foot.
A what?
A what?
A sewing needle.
A sewing needle.
Okay.
and it had actually been inside of my foot for like a year. And I was telling them I had no idea like when it had gotten in my foot. I was looking at my mom. I'm like, do you like? I don't know how it could
You
have gotten
step
in
on
my
it,
foot.
and you didn't even feel it, maybe?
So I was thinking about it, and I remember like a year back, I was like going out for a longboard ride, and I was getting dressed really quickly, and I was like jumping into my jeans, okay? And when I was jumping into my jeans, I like stepped on something really sharp, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was like the most painful thing I've ever stepped on in my life. And I couldn't find it anywhere, so I kind of just like walked it off.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it got stuck in my foot, and I guess it was a sewing needle. And they told me I had to walk it off on my fracture before I could get it removed.
Dang. So is it out now?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah.
Did you use it to sew something afterwards? Does it still work?
No, they wouldn't let me keep it.
You made a pair of socks? Make
They
a pair of
wouldn't let you
socks?
keep that. That was part of you for a year.
I mean, that you've totally kicked off a new topic. What's in your body?
What's inside
Yeah.
you?
I was like, it was really hard to part from it.
Well, thank you for sharing that story with us, Summer.
Of course. I listen to you guys. I've been listening to you guys for years, since I was little. So I love you guys, by the way.
Oh, and how big are you now?
I am 20 big.
You're 20. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening.
Of course.
Have a great day.
You too.
John, Jane, Rich. If you shoot us a text, we can read your text or call you back. Text line, you text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Somebody texted and said, what in the stepdad Mark voice is going on with Rich? Because you started losing your voice yesterday. Little dress, and it's kind of hanging. I know you're doing okay so far this morning.
Yeah, it's okay. It's kind of in and out.
Good morning, John, Jane, Rich. Whatever happened to Fiancé Friday, Hump Day, Dump Day, Monday morning mariachi, machaca? I took a few years off listening and was sad upon my return to find that these are gone. I don't think they're gone. They're just kind of, we haven't got to them.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do a mariachi.
In fact,
if
we're doing Confession Wednesday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Right.
See? You're good.
Yeah. In fact, tomorrow, we're giving away Morgan Wallen tickets. We want you to call in for Wallen, but it's Confession Wednesday. So you got a true confession, something on your chest. We can disguise your voice. We can give you a different name, and then we will vote at the end of the show and get into it. I kind of heard some good news this morning. I'm not sure, but I think if I read this right, that Kyle might have the Peacock app.
Yeah, it might.
Because there's some shows I've recommended before and told you they're on Peacock. And you're like, ah.
And I could have sworn that I canceled that like a year ago. But yesterday we were sitting down to eat dinner, and we usually like watch a movie together during dinner. And I was like, I feel like I've seen Despicable Me before 80 times. Let's try something new and different. And I remember hearing that Wild Robot was streaming. And I really wanted to see that movie when it was in the theaters because it looked really cute. It's an animated film, John Jay. You're looking at me like you don't know what Wild Robot is.
I'm getting you confused. There was a robot movie we used to watch when my kids were little, and I don't remember what it was, but it was really good.
Robots?
Yeah,
No.
Robots was good too.
Wally? No, I know Wally. Maybe I'm thinking Giant Robot?
Oh, Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
Also a great movie.
Okay, so Wild Robot is a newer movie that just got released on streaming, and I go to our Apple TV and I'm ready to buy it, right? Because I'm like, usually when there's like a cute animated movie, we'll watch it several times. It makes it worth buying it. And I click on play, and it sends me to Peacock, and I go, well, here we go. They're going to tell me I don't have Peacock, and they're going to ask me to sign in, and all of a sudden it just starts playing through Peacock.
What, Sam Hill?
I didn't. That's what I thought. I was like, wait a tick. I don't remember having this app. I remember getting rid of this app. And then I'm like, have I been paying for this app? Or is there some glitch in the system where I canceled it and haven't been paying for it, but somehow I'm still getting it? And I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
But we did watch the movie. It was really, really cute. It was, I would think if you're a mom, it would definitely tug at your heartstrings. But if you're not a mom, it also is very, very cute.
Oh, yeah. Me and my boys watched it, and we cried.
Yeah, it was
very
so sweet.
intense.
I just looked up your bundle, Kyle. I said, what is Peacock bundled with? And it says it can be bundled with Netflix and Apple TV. So you may have a bundle on one of your two subscriptions.
It's so complicated.
okay.
It's so complited. Like, I thought that I had Disney. I was buying it individually. Then I thought I had a bundle. And then I canceled Disney. And now I'm bummed because now there's a couple. I want to watch this one Star Wars show. And it's like, they should come up with an app that tells you what you're paying for.
Totally.
In fact, I saw,
I feel like there is one.
I heard a TV commercial. I saw a TV commercial. I heard a radio commercial for a company called Rocket something.
Oh, yeah, Rocket Money.
And they'll tell you what you're doing, but you probably got to pay for that. What's Rocket Money? Was it on the radio or TV?
They do both.
Oh.
I think we did spots for a while.
What are you, their agency?
Well, I mean, I think we did a few spots back in the day.
So, anyway, somehow Rocket Money tells you what your apps are, but I wonder how much that cost. Anyway. Nick, you got something?
No, I mean, guys, I'm pretty sick of it, too. I gotta tell you, it's so much easier for everybody if they could bundle all these apps together, all of them. You know, Disney Plus and Max and all these. You bundle them all together, and then we could just do something, and we could just call it cable.
Cable. I know, we're coming full circle with all the bundles.
We could call it. Cable.
We got Katy Perry tickets. We're going to play a game. Good morning, Curtis. How are you? You are our contestant.
Good morning.
Good morning. Katy Perry coming July 12th. Grant is our host.
Yes, sir. We're playing the 4-second rule, America's favorite and fastest game we play here on the John, Jay, and Rich Show. Curtis, I like the cut of your jib today. Are you ready to play the 4-second rule?
Let's do it.
All right, brother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody a category, and then you have 4 seconds to name 3 things in said category. Curtis, this is what 4 seconds sounds like. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. Good energy. High energy today. Let's get this rolling. John J. Van Ness, in 4 seconds, name 3 animals that we don't eat that look delicious.
Kangaroos, the duck-billed platypus, and English bulldogs.
There we go, brother.
Oh my
Nice
gosh.
job. They do look delicious. A lot of fat there. Rich Barra. Rich Barra. How you doing?
Griffin.
All right. Rich Barra's lost his voice. So, Rich, in 4 seconds, name 3 voices you wish you had.
Adele, Donald Trump, and Jamie Foxx.
Very nice. Just in the nick of time. Rich Barra, congratulations. Payton Whitmore, have you been listening to the John, Jay, and Rich Show lately?
Every morning,
All right, great.
5 to 10 a.m., I tune in.
Oh, yeah. Payton, in 4 seconds, name 3 John Jay catchphrases.
Get this. Stem cells. John Jay. Rich. Herb.
It's listen to this.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. You had nice energy, though. I liked it. All right. Kyle Unfug, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
It's a good thing she wasn't here during Know Your People, Dean.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
Kyle, apparently Jenna she slept with wet hair last night, came to work with wet hair.
Who's this wet hair fella?
I thought that was going somewhere else.
You two, get your head out of the
So, with that in mind, Kyle, name 3 things that are ruined when you get them wet.
Oh, hair. Paper.
I would have accepted cell phone, electronics. Good effort, though, Kyle. Very nice. No points for Kyle yet.
Gremlins.
Yeah. Curtis.
I'm ready.
All right. I gave Nick Johnson, our producer, a skateboard today, and I'm worried he's going to break his hip as soon as the show's over.
Is that what happened when he...
Dude,
it went...
Yeah, he almost ate it.
Yeah.
In here, right before we go there. That's a big thump I heard.
Moments before. So it's going to be bad this afternoon. So, Curtis, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you should stop doing when you turn 30.
Skateboarding.
It gets to be your turn.
It was a tough one. Curtis and Kyle not on the board.
Let's answer that, though.
Yeah.
What are some things you need to quit doing when you turn 30?
I mean...
Wearing your hat backwards?
100%. Sunglasses inside.
Behind your neck. Oh, behind your neck. You know the sunglasses behind your neck?
Yeah.
Ankle bracelets.
Pretty much any bracelets, I think, after 30 are kind of a problem area. All right, round 2. John Jay.
Oh.
In 4 seconds, name 3 Kyle Unfug catchphrases.
Get this. She says, get this. She said, ham.
Say, hey, gang.
Hey, gang. All right. That was only 2, though, right? All right.
I would have loved a nice.
Nice. Rich Barra.
Yo.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wharves. I'm still going.
Have a fun one.
Wolf. Wasn't Wolf one for a while?
Wolf.
Yeah, there we go.
Anytime a photo shoot.
Rich Barra, in 4 seconds, name 3 places you wouldn't mind getting lost.
An island, the grocery store, and the guitar store.
Tough break. Sorry, Rich. Woof.
No, that's just for to make you guys laugh when we're doing pictures. So you have a real smile.
It works on me.
Peyton Whitmore, in 4 seconds, name 3 movies with a big twist ending.
Huh? Mean Girls. Sixth Sense.
Tough round.
That was a tough question.
That was a hard question.
Yeah.
All right.
And Mean Girls is a total plot twist.
Yeah, she gets hit by a bus, right? That's the big twist.
Well, yeah, and then
Spoiler alert.
and then she
Whoa.
starts to play lacrosse with all the girls.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
then like, yeah, you know.
All right, Kyle Unfug. Stephen King's new movie, The Monkey, which is Monkey Shines, it's a remake, is coming out soon, and it looks very spooky, very scary.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kyle, in 4 seconds, name 3 animals scarier than monkeys.
Alligator, bear, and eagle.
There she is. Finally, Kyle on the board. Nice job. Curtis, are you ready? This is for all the marbles.
Dude, I'm seriously losing, so let's do it.
All right. I hope you're excited about Katy Perry, because Curtis, in 4 seconds, I'm going to need you to name 3 Katy Perry songs. Go.
Fireworks, Roar, and Eye of the Tiger.
You know what? I'll give it to you.
All right, Curtis. You get tickets.
I knew we were talking about it.
Eye of the tiger. That's Roar. That's the same song, right?
It's okay. Just give it to him, okay?
All right.
All right, hold on, Curtis. We're going to set you up. Hey, we got a text here. It's a good text. It says, it's from a 208 number. If Kyle could share her spaces that she's working on each month for her resolution, maybe her resolution could be mine too.
Oh.
So you did closet.
Closet is January,
Uh-huh.
and coming up next is like my craft supplies. So it's another little closet in the house that I just have craft supplies and all of the things that I use to wrap like presents. So that's my next like craft or junk closet. That's February.
Here's a 503 number text. John, Jay, and Rich, I can't believe you missed Kyle's catchphrase. You're looking at it all wrong during the game.
Oh, yeah.
Grant, here's a text. Grant is the GOAT.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right, cool. Thanks.
719, Nick, you're so funny. That's good.
I think it's like Nick and Grant just sending compliments back to each other on the text line right there.
You know what? Wait, this text is from a 719 number. It says, Nick is so annoying. This whole cheating Payton bit is so played out. You're not funny, dude. And then 5 minutes later, Nick must have responded, because then they responded, same person responded going, you're so funny, Nick. Did you respond? Anyway. All right, what's coming up with 3 things we need to know, Kyle?
I'm going to tell you why you should go ahead and take that vacation next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Coffee in hand, earbuds on John, Jay, and Rich.
You're up.
We were playing a game 4-second rule, and Grant asked me to name Kyle isms, catchphrases, and I messed up. And so far, all these people are texting with Kyle catchphrases. Kyle's biggest catchphrase, according to the 602 number, if you will. Comes up a lot.
I've got 3 things to know, if you will.
Like, let's get into 3 things we need to know.
Okay,
What do
you
got?
will. So there are a lot of people who are scared to take vacation time. They don't want to leave. They don't want to let someone fill in for them or whatever the reason is. But a new study says you actually need to take that vacation. They analyzed a bunch of people and they found not only are vacations more beneficial for boosting employee well-being than previously thought, but the positive effects are long-lasting. The researchers found that employees who psychologically disengaged from work on their vacations actually saw the most improvement in their well-being, and people who engaged in physical activities while on vacation also experienced higher levels of well-being and restoration. And it's that restorative benefit that helps you when you come back to work. You're reinvigorated. You've got more energy, and you're just ready to go more instead of like just exhausted.
I totally feel that way. I feel like even if it's just a 3-day weekend, like I'm
Yes.
always ready just to go in and tackle it. Like I'm almost eager to get back to work.
Yeah, for sure. So take that vacation. There are apparently a lot of people interested in buying TikTok. I told you the other day there's an AI company that wants to buy TikTok. And now, according to President Donald Trump, Microsoft is also looking into buying TikTok. The good news is there's all these like super lucrative companies that want to buy TikTok, which to me says TikTok isn't going away in 45 days or 75 days or whatever the countdown
It's
is
still
at this
75
point.
days.
No, I'm sure it's not. I don't know what the countdown is at this point, but that tells me that they're probably going to sell at some point because they don't want to lose the United States portion of it. It's like 170 million people use it, right? So I think that's a good thing if you still want TikTok around. This I just found somewhat fascinating. They did a survey, and they actually found that women are just as attracted to younger partners as men. It's typical that you see an older man with a younger woman. It is less typical. It's not, never happens, to see an older woman with a younger fella, if you will. There you go. There's that catchphrase. But they found researchers say men and women alike are just drawn to sleeping with younger potential conquests, whether or not they realize it. So this may just be something that maybe it's not as typical because it doesn't happen, but it doesn't necessarily mean the attraction isn't there. And that's 3 things you need to know.
I just had an idea. Something just hit me, and I'm hoping Nick can find it. Did you find it? So when you talk about TikTok not going away, it made me think of, I think it's the 1990s rhythm and blues band. Were the rhythm and blues, hip hop, what do we call it? Color Me Bad?
Oh, yeah.
Because they had that song, I Want to Sex You Up.
TikTok, you don't stop.
They're predicting the future. TikTok, you don't stop.
You don't stop with
TikTok.
the TikTok.
Do we have it? It
Hang on,
starts.
let me
I think
see.
it starts like that. TikTok, you don't stop. To the TikTok, you don't stop. They were predicting the news
Ooh, they're like the Simpsons.
30 years in advance. There will be an app called TikTok. You don't stop. Rich, you busting out your iPod with endless amount of music.
I don't see
Oh, you couldn't find it? It's not in there?
I don't see it.
Bummer.
How do we not have that song in here in the system? Oh, there is? Of that? Oh, Kyleisms? Oh, good. Okay. Oh, hold on. I have. Hold on. Let me just see if you can hear it.
TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the TikTok, you don't.
Predicting the news,
Ahead of
you
their
guys.
time.
Predicting the news. Now I can't stop it. I won't. You know the song, Payton?
I do. At that part, I had no idea what the TikTok you don't stop is.
It was predicting the future. It was CNN before CNN. So you got a Kyleisms montage. Let's hear it.
With what you need to know, it's newswoman Kyle Unfug. She will, if you will.
But there are some concerns, if you will. All is well that ends well, if you will. Actually go into, I guess, into fruition, if you will. Ready to swoop in and be the next Mr. Kardashian, if you will. Some sort of, getting some legs, if you will.
80s music and game music, right?
Nostalgia, if you will. And it's causing some reactions, if you will. Those ones are like buzzwords that just sound kind of like scripted, if you will. You think the timing was interesting, if you will.
Oh, my God.
I will, if you will. Will you?
I think that was a long time ago because I don't think I've heard like that much of it. But anyway, that is one.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series. a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.